Hey guys, hope you're all okay and doing well. I just wanted to say thank you for the support on the first video. It was absolutely crazy. Um, I can't believe the support I've got already. It's fantastic. Let's just get right into it. So hopefully you guys enjoy my predictions. So let's get right into them. First of all, I'm going to put AFC Bournemouth in 20th place. To be honest, I don't think a lot of people are going to be surprised by this. I just feel like they're not ready for the Premier League at the moment. They have got some good players, and I feel like they have got Premier League experience to a degree, like Lewis Cook in midfield. Dominic Solanke, he's a good striker. Again, Philip Billing, he's also a player that I would say is good, like all around. But I just feel like he might get about 5-6 assists and a few goals, but I don't think he'll get any more than that. Next, I've gone for Nottingham Forest, and it has been quite a long time since they have been in the Premier League. They have made a loan signing, which I think is very clever. I think that goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, I think he's going to be amazing for them. I don't think he's going to make them stay up, but a good goalkeeper is definitely foundations and a good leader. And I do feel like Dean Henderson is one of those. I think he's fantastic. So hopefully they do all right, but I don't think they'll stay up. But another mention is Julian Bianco. He has been in the top flight of the Belgium and France league. If he can compete against players in the French and especially the French league, which people say is the Farmers League, I still think he should definitely be in the Championship in England. But Premier League, well, I mean, we don't know yet. So hopefully he'll adjust and hopefully they prove me wrong because I really would like them to stay up. Next is Fulham, and I think they've got really good potential with the teams that they've got. I think they've got a relatively young squad. I think I researched them and saying that they've got like 23, 24 average age, or the most 27. So I don't think they're going to do that bad. There's players that aren't just the obvious ones that are really good, like Bobby Reed, attacking midfielder, Anthony Knockaert, he was all right at his previous club. Mitrovic, I mean, that is obviously a standout player. The Premier League, he's never proved it, but I do believe this is controversial. I do believe he is going to prove himself in the Premier League this season. I just feel like his movement, his pace, his accuracy and technique are insane. I just think he's got to make that new step up now. And when he makes that step up to the Premier League, he can hopefully sustain there and sign for, Crystal Palace maybe, or Brighton, or Aston Villa, like a club that is, like I'd say, a Premier League established club. But if they do stay up, then fantastic. But for me, they're in 18th and they're not staying up for now. And they have also got some experience, like Adebayo. So I think like they'll do all right with him, and they've got good fullbacks as well. And I feel like they know what they're doing, and they've always pretty much been fantastic football inside. They've always dominated possessions, so it'll be intriguing to see what type of football they'll play in the Premier League, because of course that might not be entirely possible against all oppositions. So that's my bottom three done. Let's go over to some clubs where there might be some controversy here. So next I'm going to go with Southampton. I just feel like transfers and that they haven't made enough progress, and I wouldn't say they were in danger of getting relegated last season, but they were like 8 points off the relegation zone, I believe, or 10 points. Because they have let one of their best players go, Fraser Forster. I feel like he was quite crucial, and I feel like if they had a different keeper, they might have pushed themselves a bit more into like near the relegation zone rather than sort of like not getting relegated, because we all knew sort of 4 or 5 games left of the season they aren't going to get relegated. But I feel like without Fraser Forster, they would be a lot worse than what they were last season. So I just feel like getting this Man City keeper who's part of their youth isn't really going to help them. I feel like they need to get a good Championship keeper, because they're a Premier League established club now, and they're at the risk of not being a Premier League established club. So that kind of sucks as well. I feel like they might get relegated next season. 16th place, which I feel like is Leeds United. I don't think they're going to have a good season this one, and I feel like they might get relegated because of what they've done in the transfer window and who they've got rid of. And I feel like getting rid of Calvin Phillips is a massive mistake. I feel like they signed. I think they signed a midfielder to maybe or they need to sign a midfielder in order to comfortably stay up. But I don't think they will. I don't think they'll have good enough replacement and good enough money for replacement yet. I don't think they've got too bad team. I just feel like they need to invest a little bit more. They have got some good standout players, and Man City have took one of them. I just feel like if they maybe kept Calvin Phillips, they might be near in mid-table. But even with him, they were in a relegation fight till the last day of the season. So I don't think it will go down that wire now. But hopefully they do all right. Okay, so in 15th, I'm going to go with Brentford because they've got an alright team, you know, but I just feel like they're gonna they're gonna comfortably survive Premier League just about the relegation fight. I feel like they might be in it for a few games, but then have a little bit of form and then dip out of it. They've got an alright team, but I just feel like it's not going to go that well for them this year. So next, I'm going to go for 14th. I'm going to go with a very controversial one, and I'm going to go for Wolverhampton Wanderers. I mean, the first season now in the Premier League, they actually like they shocked me. Like, wow, I'm like 7th, 8th. I was like, wow, that was brilliant. But for now, I don't think I think they're more likely to get relegated than finish mid-table now, because that season that they've had, like, I thought they lost to some relegated sides like Burnley, and find it challenging against Norwich. So I don't think they're a mad team, but I feel like that they'll be fine. I think like they'll survive they will survive. And do okay. I don't think they'll do too bad. Again, there are some good players in there like Adama Traore. I think he's fast, strong, and uses a lot of quality products like baby oil. But but anything to your advantage, I guess. But I feel like if he doesn't depart, I feel like it'll be fine. But they have got some other players as well, so I feel like I'm doubting Wolves too much. But I'll put them in 14th place. The 13th place I'm going with Crystal Palace. I know that is so controversial, but I feel like second season syndrome is going to kick in with their manager. I mean, their manager has done a fantastic job with that team, They have got some really good wingers. Eze's been fantastic. Wilfried Zaha has been, brilliant. Like overall in the past couple seasons, I don't think Zaha has done that well, but he has shone in parts of the season. So I feel like if they keep him, they'll be brilliant. I feel like he'll get 8-9 goals in a season, and I feel like Eze will probably get about 5-6. I don't think Eze will be good as last year, but he's a very creative player. I think he's on the wings. I think he's fast. I think he's good at passing. I think he's overall got a game is really good for the Premier League. I'm going to go for Brighton Hove Albion. I feel like Brighton will do better than Crystal Palace this year. I think their manager's done superb. I think both of those clubs, Crystal Palace and Brighton, have done really good. I think for them, I think they've got really good players. It is a shame that they've sold their great midfielder, but I feel like Cucurella is still fantastic, and Neil Maupay again. He's got potential. I think he's quite young as well. But Brighton Hove Albion, they have got a good team. Overall, I'd say decent goalkeeper. They should not be fearing a relegation. They should be aiming for a mid-table finish, a top half finish for me. And I feel like they are one of the most underrated teams in the Premier League. Next one, I'm going to go for Everton. This is the only other one that I've got in the bottom half of the table. They have got some really good players. I feel like Calvert-Lewin will kind of find his form this season. And, I know that he hasn't. I think he scored 1 goal in August, or a couple goals in August, and then didn't score until in April. But I feel like he'll find his form and maybe get 10 goals this season, which hopefully that's right. I feel like they've done all right with transfers. I know letting out Richarlison isn't the best deals, but for the money that they're going to get and for the squad they've already got, I don't think it's a massive issue. They've already got Anthony Gordon, and Anthony Gordon, I think he's very young. I think he's a teenager, nearly 20. But Anthony Gordon is a very good winger and creative. And I feel like I watched the game when there was at Anfield and Everton played, and Anthony Gordon had some really good, parts to play where, Liverpool's defence had the best defenders in it that they could have had. So Anthony Gordon is good attacking. He's got good pace, good dribbling ability, good focus, good awareness, and yeah, hopefully he'll succeed and we'll see more of him. We've also got players like Ben Godfrey, who I think Spurs were still interested in signing, but I feel like for Everton they have to keep hold of players like that. Yerry Mina again is a good player, good half centre back. Michael Keane, he does need to improve, but I feel like that experience will still help Everton to nearly do a top half finish from my point of view. I'm glad they've stepped off, because I'm glad that Everton has said no to Anthony Gordon to Spurs. But I feel like they've got it right for letting Richarlison go there as well. Okay, so I'm going to go for Aston Villa for a top half finish. That's debatable, I know, but Hopefully that does happen, because I genuinely believe that with the signings that are made. Danny Ings is going to kick on. I feel like it. I think he's getting on, but I feel like he's still in his prime and still raring to go, just like Ollie Watkins is. I feel like he's a great signing from where they made him from Brentford a couple of years ago. I think the gamble, I feel like, it's paid off so far, and I feel like he is Premier League quality. So I feel like Martinez, Emiliano Martinez, is a bargain from Arsenal. Aston Villa had him, and I feel like Arsenal are going to regret it, and still have, and they're going to regret it more after this season has finished. Let's move on to ninth, who I feel like is controversial, as some people will say, oh, they're going to finish in the top four or whatever. For me, I just don't feel like they're ready yet, and that club is Newcastle. I don't think they're ready for top four yet, or Europa, or even Conference League yet. They have to keep building gradually, but they'll definitely get a top half finish for me this season. I feel like signing wise, with the new owners and everything, I feel like one of these signings is a genius signing. Nick Pope is a genius signing. Burnley are going down, so Burnley are obviously going to sell him. They're going to sell a lot of their squad, but the Championship is for another day, and we're talking about the Premier League now. So let's talk Premier League. Bruno Guimaraes, again, he's a fantastic centre midfielder who is going to exhilarate this team into something amazing, and I just feel like I am underrating them a little bit more. But I just feel like it still needs a bit of time to gel in until you know that they're a good team. They are a good team, but they just need to gel in, make this season like their first full season, where it's going to be one of their worst seasons with this takeover. So just hopefully just be patient, Newcastle fans, and I feel like you're going to find a lot of form. Okay, so next one we're going to go for is Leicester City. We're going to go for their 8th in the table. From my point of view, I feel like they'll come 8th this season. Schmeichel, again, unbelievable. That he's going to help them so much, like they have in last seasons. He made a couple of mistakes in their last season, but it won't get him down. With the good things that he's done, the bad things just shouldn't affect him at all. Jamie Vardy, again, he is getting old, but I still feel like they should keep him for a few more seasons. James Maddison, again, he got 4 or 5, I think he got 7 goals in 7 games or something like that. He is crazy. I feel like the season after, Newcastle are going to do well, and so are Leicester. Hopefully they'll push for Europa League the season after the season that I'm predicting. Okay, I'm going to go for 7th. I'm going to go for West Ham United. I think their team is one of the best teams that I've seen from my point of view, that are not in the top 6. I feel like they're going to be the best one that aren't a top 6 team. And they did really well last season. I just feel like more people are going to find them out. David Moyes, from my point of view, he was the best manager in last season. I know that's controversial, but David Moyes has created something amazing, and he's gone to, a couple seasons ago, he's gone from a team that's nearly suffered relegation till finding the team definitely should secure a top half finish and even a Conference League. Hopefully they'll get that with 7th. I feel like he's created a great club and a great atmosphere to be around in. And hopefully, if they can keep Declan Rice, then I feel like they can push for Europa, or even, well, maybe not Champions League, but Conference League or Europa League is definitely possible. Next, I'm going to go for controversial one is Chelsea. Sick. I feel like that's fair. Considering what's going to happen, their best centre back now is someone that's 36, 37 years old. Thiago Silva, he's a machine. Don't get me wrong, but look at the players that are gonna get injured, like Ben Chilwell. He has always been massively got a big risk of injuries, and so that's not the best for England, and definitely not for Chelsea, because who else are you going to play there? They have got some good players. Again, Azpilicueta's getting a bit old now. Rudiger's gone now. So I just feel like they're not going to get the replacements right, and I feel like even if they do get good replacements, I feel like they're going to suffer, and I feel like Europa League is going to be the place for them. And next we have Manchester United. I feel like they've got a good squad now, with a backup left back who from Feyenoord, I feel like he'll be fantastic. He just needs to sign a few midfielders and just hope Fred still has the confidence, because I feel like Fred is a good centre mid. Once he gets going, he can pull off some skills, but I feel like he needs confidence and players around him to do that. So I definitely recommend another 3 midfielders. 2 minimum, because Fred's good enough. McTominay, I don't think he is. He might be alright off the bench, but I feel like getting rid of him would be better to get him out of the club. Pogba's gone. So, and hopefully if they keep hold of De Gea, then he will, be okay. But I feel like if they had a different goalkeeper that weren't as good, like, I don't know, like Chelsea's goalkeeper, they wouldn't have finished where they would have finished last season. They'd have finished worse. I feel like, Tyrell Malacia, yeah, great signing. That's been confirmed today, the date that I'm recording this. So, I feel like it's a great signing. Luke Shaw will probably be number one, but they do need backup positions, and they do need 2 positions for every single position to get challenged. And right now, I don't think they have that. And right now, I don't think they will. They might at the end of the transfer window for a lot of positions, but I don't feel like every position has 2 good players who you think, yeah, you know what, I'd be comfortable with either of those. I don't feel like that's the feeling with Man United. But hopefully they get it at the end of this season, where they've got good players for every single position. So fourth, I've gone for Champions League football. I feel like it's about time that this club has had some Champions League football, and that is Arsenal. There was a lot of depressing moments of last season. I just feel like now, with Gabriel Jesus, it was probably one of the best signings in the transfer window. It'll give us some more confidence. Like Eddie Nketiah is good. He's not the best. I feel like Richarlison for Spurs is a good signing. So Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal does make a lot of sense from my point of view. And I just feel like it's fantastic. Like, to shoot him at the top of the Emirates Stadium just shows how much Arsenal care about him. And I just feel like, this season is going to be where Champions League football is going to be played at the Emirates Stadium. So hopefully that is true. And hopefully Thomas Partey does okay there as well. And you hopefully not too long and Champions League football will be at Arsenal. Third, I've gone for their Northumberland rivals, which I know isn't going to be very popular, but I've gone for Tottenham. And arguably, I think they should be second. But I've gone for being safe and I've gone for third. They'll definitely get Champions League football this season. I think they're doing exactly what they need to do. Basuma, one of the best signings there. I think he's a fantastic midfielder, and I feel like he can dictate the play, and Spurs do need a lot of midfielders, and I feel like with Basuma, I feel like they'll get better. Richarlison, what a signing! Whether he's going to go off the bench or start in a different formation, because I hugely doubt he's not going to start in front of Kane or on the wings, Kulusevski or Son. I hugely doubt that. But what I would say is if we played like a 3-4-3, he could be one of the 4 on the left or the right, and then have all the Sane and Kulusevski in the front 3. So hopefully, off the bench, I could see him scoring a few winners against, for example, AFC Bournemouth. I can see that because, they just want to sit back and that. I feel like Richarlison would be a fantastic signing. And 50 million isn't too bad, because I believe that some clubs, if I was running a club, I'd be prepared to get him for 70-75 million. But, I feel like they have made some good signings, and really good signings. And I feel like, arguably, they have won the transfer window so far. But let me know what you guys think, if I'm wrong or if I'm right. Okay, so here we are. We've got 2 teams here. We've got 1 second, 1 first. Is it going to be Man City or Liverpool to win the league from my point of view? Well, I've gone for Liverpool to get second. Listen, I think they do need a Premier League title because of how amazing they've done, and I feel like they do need the Champions League as well. Recently, I know they won it a couple of seasons ago, but I feel like they need another one for up their confidence. A lot of people are criticising them of the bus parade for 2 trophies, the cups, but let's not forget the women deserve it as well. They got promoted to the Premier League, the Women's Prem. So, there is a lot of things that we need to celebrate, and they didn't get to celebrate or do a parade for their Premier League the season in COVID. So I feel like they deserve it, and the people that criticise them, I feel like are stupid if you think about it. I think there's got some very strong players. I feel like Van Dijk is very strong. With Darwin Núñez, yeah, he's going to be strong. I feel like he's going to be a good forward. Thiago's going to be fielder. I feel like he's rated, not overrated from my point of view. Carvalho, again, he's going to start, but off the bench, and he's quite young as well. Liverpool are developing him into a great player. John Henson, again, is a great player. I think he's fantastic. I feel like his energy is great. But I could again and again I could say all about these players, but I just feel like they're fantastic. We've got a well balanced squad, and I feel like they're going to win. They're going to get to the final of the Champions League again this season. I don't think this is going to be too unpopular, but I feel like for me the league winners are Man City. I feel like they won't cruise the league and they'll win it by 10 or 11 points. So I think Mane from Liverpool is a very big loss. but not for the attack of Liverpool though, because I feel like their rotation, I think, is fantastic, and they could genuinely start like 2 or 3 wingers on a wing and whatever, and just go, oh, I'll just pick that winger to start there instead of Mane, who's just left. So I feel like they've done fantastic. Erling Haaland, yeah, I mean, that's a signing in itself. I mean, is he going to get performing in that? I feel like he'll get 15 goals this season. I don't think he'll go, wow. I don't think he'll go, wow, that's amazing. He needs to have time in the Premier League, and I feel like that's why we have signed him now. I mean, listen, for City, they have to win the Champions League sometime soon. So I feel like the only one that needs strengthening to be a Champions League winning side is a striker. And even Gabriel Jesus was fantastic, but for Arsenal, I feel like that's a good signing. And Man City needs some money. But Julian Alvarez, fantastic signing again. He is young. He does need a bit of training, but that is what you got to do. You know, you got to develop your own players, or look for players in lower leagues or not so good leagues and develop them when they're young. And I feel like that's what Man City are going to do. I feel like Calvin Phillips, again, from Leeds, I spoke to him about Leeds, and I just feel like he's a good signing. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, Rodri's always going to start after him. But, yeah, you're probably right. But for cup games, for rotation, they do need, and again, Fernandinho is going to leave. And, of course, he was still kind of like a rotation player for his last season, Man City. So that's what Calvin Phillips is going to do. And, of course, he's going to agree to that. And he shouldn't be angry, because he knows that he's going to get first team playing quite a lot. But I can feel like he can come off in the 65th, 70th minute and do a lot of different things like that. So hopefully he will just sign the Premier League and get going and just start. I just feel like Jack Grealish, again, he's a fantastic player. He just needs more confidence. Riyad Mahrez, again, with Diaz. I feel like they've got good centre-backs. John Stones is a good centre-back. Walker, João Cancelo. We've got fantastic players, and I just hope that more good things are to come, and hopefully they just need a Champions League for massive confidence, and then I can feel like they can boost on to get some other stuff. Okay guys, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys agree a bit with my predictions, but don't worry, I will embarrass myself by doing this later on. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. It'll be lovely for you to comment. Hopefully it's alright for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will hopefully see you in another video where I'm going to predict maybe the Championship or League One and other leagues as well around the world. And then hopefully I can get some game content very soon. I will see you guys, and make sure you watch the introduction video as well. So that will show me what else I'm going to be talking about. I will see you guys later.